Chipmunk here, ready for another installment of the top bestseller in the United States from every year, according to Publishers Weekly. Although also apparently I've been saying it wrong, like Publishers Weekly goes back to like 1912 or something. Before that it was the Bookman list. In any case, it is the oldest list I could find. Now we are up to 1909. The bestseller in the United States from 1909, and this is the only book on the list so far without its own Wikipedia page. Someone should really get on that. Not me. I don't really know how to do that, and not me. So without further ado, the bestseller in the United States from 1909 was The Inner Shrine. Don't mind all my bookmarks here, those are for the selections which I have not yet recorded. The Inner Shrine was first published in 1908 and 1909 by Harper & Brothers. It clocks in at 356 pages, which is not a bad amount so far as these bestsellers have gone so far, and a lot of them are longer. Illustrations in this edition are by Frank Craig, who, boy, that's hard to say, who had a pretty good career as a magazine illustrator for publications such as The Strand and McClure's. First, a bit about the author. No author credit was given at the time of publication. However, the author did soon prove to be one Basil King, aka William Benjamin Basil King, born 1859 on Prince Edward Island. He graduated from King's College in Nova Scotia in 1881, married his wife Esther 2 years later, and then entered the clergy. He was forced to retire from that line of work around 1900 due to eyesight and thyroid problems, which had been an issue since childhood, so he took up writing instead, with bad eyesight? However, writing proved to be a good switch, as a more restful line of work helped his conditions improve. His first novel was Griselda in 1900, but it was The Inner Shrine which really helped his career take off. Many of his books focused on people who were facing ostracization, that's hard to say too, from society in one form or another, and how their inner strength helped to see them through. This was something related to his personal experience. As noted, he was a very spiritual fellow himself, and this sharpened in later years. He believed that an outside spirit was helping to guide his writing, and had also helped to see him through tough times in his early writing career. Of note, he helped found the Canadian Authors Association. He passed away in 1928 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Now, as to the story of the book itself. The story focuses on 20-something protagonist Diane Eveleth, who is a young lady of Parisian/Irish ancestry, whose way of speaking apparently involves both accents. It's a minor plot point, but I'm just wondering how that would sound. Any hoodle, this is one of those novels where the major plot points weigh on the societal expectations of the time. In France, Diane has been flirting it up with other fellows, and at the outset of the book, her husband has gone out to fight a duel with one of these fellows. Unfortunately, said husband has the worst of it, and Diane is left a widow with a mother-in-law to take care of and very little money between the two of them. She immediately proves how she's really a good egg by heading to a banker with the nowadays very interesting name of Van Trump. And she asks the banker to move her minimal savings into her mother-in-law's name, as long as the good lady knows nothing about it. The ladies then head to the U.S., where Diane attempts to find work. The scandal has thrown her out of society, and very few people will acknowledge her. One who does is Derek Prine? I'm pronouncing it Prine, I'm not sure. Himself a widower, who knew Diane back in the day. Prine has a teenage daughter, and is doing just a terrible job raising her as a single dad. He hires Diane as a companion to her, and her gentle guidance effects a magnificent turnaround with, predictably, not only the daughter, but the father finding they can't do without her. However, Diane's reputation catches up with her, and she leaves the house before bringing scandal down upon them. Prine has to assess his feelings and get her back, if the lady will even be willing to come back, that is. there is a lot more there simply because it's one of those stories where the two people probably would have gotten together a lot sooner, except for the engineered machinations of plot. Diane can be really rather a Mary Sue character, being almost endlessly good and noble, even if it's not immediately obvious to those around her at certain points in the book. But you like her all the same. What's neat is that, again, this is a novel about the character being ostracized, from society, and the book makes no bones about whose side it's coming down on. There aren't many shades of gray to this, as the protagonist has very few to speak of, but then the point of the book is that even someone with excellent morals can be an outcast, given the failings of societal frameworks and the resulting pressures as a whole. Note of interest, this was adapted into a silent film in 1917 by Jesse Lasky. Apparently, this was the first of only 2 movies to feature Broadway star Margaret Illington. The character's name has been changed to Diane Winthrop, and also features the characters Viscount and Madame d'Harcourt. I have no idea who these characters are supposed to be, and sadly there is no way to find out, as the film is now lost. Okay, so this novel was not greatly different to several I've read so far on this list, with the female protagonist weathering the storm of the world and coming out on top due to her not wavering from the correct, moralistic path. Still, it was pretty enjoyable, and the plot had twists and turns in order to keep things interesting. Still, it was pretty enjoyable, and the plot twists back and forth to keep things interesting. In my opinion, that worked quite well. A special kind of interesting were some of the conversations between Diane and Derek Prime, as some of the points which they discussed, such as when he asks her to marry him and her response, the discussion is perhaps not realistic, but it does thoroughly address different angles from the different points of view of each character. I will go ahead and read some examples of that and some of the other parts that I liked. This is a point in the novel where it seems all but certain that the past sins that she has supposedly... This is kind of a continuation of the whole thing. There are a lot of moments like this in the book. They're still pretty good. Don't shrink from me, Diane. Don't look at me like that. How can I help shrinking from anything so base? Her voice rose scarcely above a whisper, but it checked the movement with which, after the minutes of almost motionless confrontation, he came toward her with eager arms. Base? He echoed, offended. Yes, base. That a man should care for a woman whom he thinks to be bad is incomprehensible. That he should wish to make her his wife is credible. That he should hope to lift her out of her condition is admirable. But that he should descend from his own high plane to stay on hers is despicably weak, while to drag down with him a girl in the very flower of her purity is a crime without a name. The dark flush showed how quickly his haughty spirit responded to the flicker of the lash. If you choose to put that interpretation of my words, he began indignantly. I don't, but it's the interpretation they deserve. There's almost no indignity that can be uttered which you haven't heaped upon me, and of them all this last is the hardest to be borne. I bear it, I forgive it, because it convinces me of what I've been afraid all along, that I'm a woman who throws some sort of evil influence over men. Even you are not exempt from it. Even you. Oh, Derek, go away from me. If you won't do it for your own sake, do it for Dorothea's. I won't do battle with Bienville's accusations now. Perhaps I may never do battle with them at all. What does it matter whether he tells the truth or lies? The pressing thing just now is that you should be saved. Thank you. I can take care of myself. Let's have no more fine splitting of moral hairs. Let us settle the thing and be done with it. There's one big fact before us and only one. You can't do without me. I can't do without you. It's a crisis at which we've the right to think only of ourselves and thrust everyone else outside. Now Derek is thinking twice about all the gossip he's been listening to, and he's trying to focus more on what really matters between him and Diane. I should be sorry to think the opinion other people hold of me to be the dearest thing in life, but even if it were, I'd willingly give it up for Dorothea. It isn't for Dorothea. It's for me. Well, wouldn't you let me do it? For you. I'm not of much use in the world, but it would make me a little happier to think I could do anyone a good turn without being promised a reward. A reward? Oh, Diane!
It's what you're offering me, isn't it? If it hadn't been for the great service you speak about, you wouldn't be here, asking me again to be your wife. That's your way of putting it, but I'll put it in mine. If it hadn't been for the magnitude of the sacrifice you're willing to make for me, I shouldn't have dared to hope that you loved me. When all pretexts and secondary causes have been considered and thrust aside, that's why I'm here, and for no other reason whatever. If you love me, he continued, why should you hesitate any longer? If you love me, why seek for reasons to justify the simple prompting of your heart? What have you and I got to do with other people's opinions? When there's a plain, straightforward course before us, why not go right on and follow it? She raised her eyes for one brief glance. You forget. The words were spoken quietly, but they startled him. Yes, Diane, I do forget. Rather, there's nothing left for me to remember. I know what you'd have me recall. I'll speak of it this once more, to be silent on the subject forever. I want you to forgive me. I want to tell you that I, too, have repented. Repented of what? Of the wrong I've done you. I believe your soul to be as white as all this whiteness around you. Then, she continued, questioning gently, you've changed your point of view during the last 6 months? I have. You charged me then with being willing to come down to your level. Now I'm asking you to let me climb up to it. I see that I was a self-righteous Pharisee, and that the true man is he who can smite his breast and say, God be merciful to me, a sinner.
And also, well, you know how I like finding special bonuses in old books. Well, there is nothing particular in the book itself, sadly. But look at this secret special little bonus I uncovered between the pages, as well as information about the stories itself. I love looking into the history of old companies when I find stuff like this. So here's a little bonus info for you. The Mentholatum Company was founded in the U.S. in 1889 in Wichita as the Yucca Company. They began producing mentholatum syrup, which became one of their top products. Through missionary work, the products also became popular in Japan, and perhaps coincidentally, I'm not sure, Japanese company Roho Products acquired the company in 1988. Still under the name Mentholatum, they expanded worldwide, including in the US, and the company still puts out products today, such as Soft Lips, Fisherman's Friend, and yes, Mentholatum Ointment. They also acquired OxySkin from GlaxoSmithKline in 2005. Bonus info! Sweet! Anyway, that was The Inner Shrine. It's not quite as up there as some of the others I've read so far. But still, I recommend going and reading it if you've a mind to. It is a very pleasant book in its way. Suitable for a gentle afternoon with a cup of tea before you pick up your sewing. So, I will say goodbye for now. Take care of yourselves and each other. It's another long week ahead, but you can do it. I believe in you. And let's meet back here next Monday, or whenever you happen to watch these, as I hope you do. See you later. Bye now.